Hello and welcome to a Matchy video. No wait, it's not a video, it's a stream. What am I on about? Anyway, well the audio should be good, we'll just test that in a minute. Oh, it's a cool plane up there, and up there, and everywhere, actually. So, just wait on this.
Hello and welcome.
There it is. Right, it's working, so a little bit of an early start, a little bit earlier than planned, but, you know, I was ready to stream and whatever. I have advertised my YouTube that they're not accurate these times. They are pretty accurate, but they are to be taken within 15 minutes is what I put on the website. So today, guys, we are going to be trialing it's like a new series almost inside these streams that we do. I'm calling it basic flying. Now, what it basically is, I mean, I don't know why I said basically, it's like basic flying. What it is, what we're doing, is taking kind of basic flight, inside flight sim. No, not a basic flight, a basic plane, inside flight sim. There goes a whiz there. And what we're going to be doing is flying this basic plane. So I need to get everything set up. There's not enough space on this monitor for everything that I need. Right, let's move that down. Actually, let's go ahead and get the display capture working. There it is. I'm trying to make everything fit on my monitor, but it's just not happening. Sadly. Because unfortunately, you can't decrease the size of the Easyjet flight tracking software that I have. You cannot decrease the size. That's as big as I'm going to get it, I think. So, right, while they're chatting, the ATC, let's go ahead and start my smart cards thing. I'm gonna actually totally get rid of the sound volume from it. Actually, you know what? Let's just keep it. Whatever. So I've just started the flight now. I'm going to try and make it as large as I can. That's better. On that. So, right, we won't have any Project Fly stuff. So, well, that's it, basically. We're not going to have any. But, oh well. I'm not running with this with Project Fly because obviously we're already busy with a bunch of other stuff. So, we've got a Flyby landing lurk. And we've also got the plane taking off. So what we're taking today, actually before I bother with this, let's get GSX set up quickly. I've got all the fuel on board, taking 124 passengers today. I'm starting from the stand I last got parked at, and this is what I'm explaining. So basically, with both the 737 with Ryanair and this A320, I'm flying some more basic aircraft that don't require quite as much input from me. They're a little bit more basic to fly, a little bit more, I like to call it basic flying or casual flying. Oh cool, we've also got some GA. I've only just recently got them, so it's cool that we have them working. For now, make sure everything's off on board the plane, apart from the seatbelt signs, obviously. Is that an unsmoking sign? Yeah, it is, so we'll have that turned on. When we turn off lights, that feature is completely, well, it does nothing. So for now, I'm happy with how this has been left. So we'll just request clearance for now. I'm going from here down to Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, as you can probably tell. And this aircraft actually has a really cool feature where it can sort of almost act like a more advanced plane that manages its own climb. It doesn't work with descent, but it does on climb. It's a little VNAV button. I have run this route before, so it hasn't got any stupid things you need to worry about. The FSX ATC can throw up like an unnecessary long, oh I forgot to do that, an unnecessary long arrival into the airport, that sort of thing. Can be a pain. Okay. For whatever reason, they decided to go missed approach. I don't know why that was, as the runway looks pretty clear to me. But okay, and we know that our runway is going to be runway 09er. It always is here at Liverpool. Because obviously we don't run any weather, so it doesn't change. And you can hear, obviously, the ATC in the background, just to confirm that. So, I'm not going to bother clicking the speed yet, it's just turning the auto throttle for now. And we want that to be turned on. And VNAV doesn't work yet, you can see. That's because we haven't really, got off the ground at all. We want to use it when we're taking off, and then. Because it does enable throttle as well, so that's how that works. So while these people bored, or you can just sit back and relax a little bit. You can see the Cessna Citation that's currently taxiing towards the runway. There's I don't know where the missed approach fly B is. That might be it there. So baggage loading is almost finished. I don't know what's going on here. There are some slight bugs with these planes that cause them to not quite exactly know what sort of baggage they're loading onto the aircraft. So they're loading on whole baggage and the big crates at the same time, which is a little bit of an odd one. I will have to tweak that in the settings later, but that happens, so not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately, in this game. So yeah, that's definitely the best approach, fly B. So one of these guys board as part of GSX, and the big Diego audio is working. So we're scheduled to take off about 7:10 this evening, and we're going to touch down in Schiphol about an hour later. I've done this flight twice now, once there, once back. It's about 50 minutes to an hour flight time, depending on how busy we get up in Schiphol. The actual taxi time down in Schiphol, if we land on 36 right, I think it was, is a very, very long taxi, so we'll prefer 36 centre, I think it is, at Schiphol. Much nicer. Oh, let's also go max auto brakes ready for takeoff. So seatbelts and those mountain signs, all that is on. I've checked the fuel, checked the weights and everything. I've already preloaded them, and they're good. We've got about 5,000 kilos of fuel. We're meant to have about 4,900, but I thought, why not kick a little bit on. The fuel burn sort of things on these aircraft are slightly out in FSX, so the 737 is terrible. You have to load, I've calculated, you have to load on about 2,000 kilos of extra fuel through SimBrief, and obviously it's a bit faffy because my virtual airline uses kilos and FSX uses pounds, and I looked at a way to change it, but if I was to change the weight to kilos, it would also change the height measurement to meters, which obviously we can't have because that doesn't work. So it's one of those things. It's just, that's what you get with a bit of an older game. I think we should get those instrument lights turned on. This button here does it. They are some beautiful instrument lights on this aircraft, so why not? They do look a bit old. They're not exactly what you'd call realistic, but personally I do like them. There might be a button down here that controls them, but if there isn't, we can just use... There should be one of these, like, round here, but none of them appear to do anything. Right, have they finished boarding us now? They are loading on the last crate. So I can shut the back door. Again, for some reason, when you press shift and another key, the ATC window disappears. That's another thing I will never understand about FSX. But whatever. So that one's off to for departure. I don't know where it's going exactly, but it looks like we'll be next off. And hopefully no one else gets out ahead of us. You never know. Oh, there you go. There's a plane going off to Treviso. That's going to be a Ryanair. The flight number starting in 7 are Easyjets, and the one starting in 9 are Ryanair. I haven't actually changed our call sign our actual, I mean, the call sign in this game goes off, it goes off, your flight number, not your call sign. So our call sign is 61 Quebec Echo, flight number EZY 7001. So let's just get our beacon lights on, I think, because we're going to be ready. So what we need to do now is request taxi, so I know which direction we're going in. We're going to be going right, but obviously since when we start moving, that's when it's classed as taxi in this game. It helps the game basically know what's doing what, so we just do that. So I know it's not what you'd normally do. So turn on the lights, and we should find that we're going, so we're taxiing that way, so we need to push back in that direction, so push back right. And you can see, look, 9602, which is a Ryanair flight, that one there, is also looking at going. Let's get the wing lights turned on. We'll get taxi lights on, obviously. I don't think we're going to need more than wing lights. Let's go with strobes as well, may as well go full lit up. The lighting is not overly bright on this aircraft anyway, so not much of a problem. Routing for today is quite simple. We are literally just heading over to Manchester VOR and then over the North Sea, pretty much, straight into Amsterdam. It's about 283 miles, 282 miles. It's basically direct, all the way with a couple of waypoints. So we want to go to the planes on the right.
All engines clear. Start at will.
So again, to start the engines nice and simple, just press Control E, and that's it. So this is a bit like a VFR plane to fly. It's quite basic. And I'm thinking maybe we can turn this into a bit of a Wednesday night series where we do Friday night. Oh, you see, this is the problem, look. So we might get told to stop and hold pushback, or that Ryanair will get told to stop. Really, I would have hoped, because I'd requested to taxi, they would have told that to stop, but we haven't had any such luck yet. And obviously we're going to have to go further back. Yeah, the ATC in this game, they are a little bit stupid. Luckily, the collisions aren't a thing. Otherwise, we'd be dead by now. But what can you do? But looks like the APU's turned on. I can have a look at that. Yeah, the APU's turned on. So I'll turn that off. Okay, I can't turn it off. And right-clicking doesn't turn it off either, so... And APU gen is actually off, so... I think it was an automatic thing. Yeah, and there's the Ryanair passing us, just as if it's nothing. I know, it's a little bit stupid, but what are we going to do? So they're going to get the first sort of departure out of here. We're going to get the second departure. We're still actually being pushed back, so I'm just going to click stop here and complete pushback procedure, because there's no point in going any further.
Set parking brakes.
There you go.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Engine start's good. What we want now, we want to set flaps. Well, flaps position 1 doesn't really work in this aircraft, or for my flight software. It doesn't really agree with it. So we want to go up to 1 plus F or 2. Basically the same thing with this aircraft. It looks like it's going to 1. 1 plus F, which is okay. So you've got a little in-flight monitor here that you can have, which is quite interesting. Obviously it's an hour ahead in Amsterdam, so it'll be light when we land, but it's still a bit dark over here in Liverpool. So we've set the flaps to 1 plus F. All brakes are set to RTO. You can arm this, there's no point in arming the spoilers really. In fact, it's just extended them. Again, that's... Oh great, what have I done now? What have I done now? I've managed to lock the speed brakes. Right, pause the game quickly. I don't know how I've done that. I've managed to like lock the speed brakes. Don't know how I've done that. So I'll try and find the speed brakes, so I can turn them off, because I think it's probably a separate button to turn them off then, because it's not work. The control of my yoke is not working, so spoilers. R and U, apparently. There you go. They're now back to normal. So I've got to remember that. And Jersey 601, which is a different line, different flyby, has been cleared to land as well. So we might have to have a bit of a queue for take off here. So I'll just get in position to start using my yoke, because we're going to need it now. They're saying have a good trip, that means we can go. I don't know why they haven't despawned yet, but obviously some sort of glitch. And I can see the throttle in this corner here, which is quite handy. If you guys want to see what sort of throttle I'm using, it's quite handy. So the Ryanair is going to be first taking off, obviously, and then we'll follow. Just a quick announcement. Hello and welcome on board today's Easyjet flight down to Amsterdam. Flight time today should be about 55 minutes to an hour. Cruising today at 33,000 feet. Another bug with this aircraft, this isn't partly announced by the way, is for whatever reason it resets the nav to arc and 20 nautical miles, and there's nothing I can do about it. Hello and welcome on board today's Easyjet flight to Amsterdam. We hope you enjoy your service on Easyjet. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, all the planes that are trying, they're way too high, look. That might even be the same one that went around earlier. Actually, that's an American. That's probably landing at Manchester. And there is a Flyby, and I think the one behind it, because it was Jersey 101 that had to go around, and you can see already, look, it's reset it, so you'll just have to live with that awful display. I've got my GPS, luckily, but it's a bit of a pain. I don't know why it does it. It does it sometimes, doesn't do it other times. I can't really work out, so it literally just did it then. I can't work it out why it does it, but oh well. So we're gonna have to wait here for a little bit before we get any sort of. I'll just park it up here so I can do the turn later on. So we can see, I don't know, Jersey 101 might have to go around again because they're quite close together, those two aircraft. I'll feel sorry for it if it does. Hopefully it doesn't. Is VNAV going to work for me? It is, cool. So VNAV's now working. Just need to right click speed to get going. And you can see there that that's an Easyjet 7065 off to Nice. So it's going to get quite busy here. Normally I fly out of here about midday-ish in-game time, so it's quite quiet, but that's why I thought, well, I may as well select nice and early 6 AM when all the morning departures are leaving. I didn't expect anything to land, but I guess it's a bonus, maybe. Because why, you know, why not? So that Easyjet will start pushing back at some point. Is Jersey 101 going to have to go around for a second time? I don't know, it looks tight. If it does, it'll kind of help, because I'll be waiting for less time on the ground here. I don't know, I can have a look here for you guys. So you can see there, Jersey 101, it tells you where it's going, EGGP. The fact that they've been told to just vacate the runway, they go contact ground, so it will be able to land. As soon as they give the call to contact ground, it's good for the other plane. So obviously this plane went around earlier for a reason I couldn't really see, so I'm at Easyjet's now taxiing out as well, so it's getting very busy. Around here there's American, that's American Flight 54, not going around here. So there's the other Flyby. Again, it does look, nah, it's not high, it's okay. So we are having to wait for a little bit, which is a bit annoying. Don't normally have to wait for this long. There's the, there's that one. I just came out of gate 14, so that other Flyby is going back in the gate I just came from. But hopefully now, I don't think there's anything else, there's nothing else on approach, as we can see from the lights. So hopefully once that Flyby touches down, that Ryanair can get on its way to Treviso, and then it'll be me then. So bit of a longer wait than planned, but we're still slightly early. It's only 7 o'clock. 7 past 7 was when I wanted to get off. the ground, so we're okay. And I said we should be touching down about 8ish, 10 past 8 UK time. In game time it'll be about 8:30. I don't know, it's an hour ahead in Amsterdam, plus the hour, so it's like 2 hours from now, so about 8:40ish estimated. Right, that fly B looks like it's quite close to vacated. That's going to Birmingham, Luton, so there's nothing round here now. This is going. It froze that screen because I wasn't moving. That's great. So that plane has been told to exit. It's got. Whoa. Okay, we were so delayed. This is what happens with AI. It's a bit of a pain in this game. But if AI become too delayed, they just delete. Which is a shame. I would have liked to see that Ryanair take off. But sadly, because of the delays we've had, it just despawned, and it probably appeared somewhere else around the map where it should have been at the time, which is somewhere in the air by now. It really should have been. It's a shame, but it's what you have to put up with in FSX. Right, now they've been told to contact ground. We should get the all clear. Yep. Cool. Landing lights on. This thing's probably lit up like a Christmas tree now. Actually, it isn't. It's not that lit up at all, actually. Oh well. So, I'll go full power on takeoff, about 95% maybe. I think flex should be good enough for this runway. We shouldn't need toga. So 40%. And flex set. Off we go. Right. So power is set. There's 80 knots. This thing does have a V1 on it. V1. Why is this thing pitching up? I have no idea. Oh, I forgot VNAV's enabled. I forgot that. Why? What is this plane doing? Plane. What are you doing? Plane. Why are you pitching upwards directly? What is this? What on earth is this plane doing? What's going on? I can't even control the plane. What on earth is going on? What on earth? What is... What? I don't think I've ever had this happen to me before. Just saying. What? Autopilot's not even turned on. What? Just happened to my plane? Just what? Just happened? Like, seriously, what just happened? What? Okay, right, I'll turn off the engines so we can start the recording of the flight from fresh. Just wow, honestly. I will be honest, that has never happened to me before in this game. I don't think it ever will. What? Just what happened? The game just totally bugged out on me. My words. I honestly just... shock, that is. The plane just... I don't know. I've never had that before. Ever. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Right. Just crazy. Right, let's load back in to the active runway. I will be honest, I have no clue what happened then. We'll be taking off directly from the runway then. Man, I just don't know. Right, start the engines and start afresh. Just, I don't know. Let's turn off the auto brake, see if that helps. Oh no, oh wow. Well, there we go. That was interesting, wasn't it? I just don't know. I've never had that before in a million years. What happened? The plane just like, it just left the building on me. Have we got control in this thing then? Like, we have now, look, you can see the joystick. And that guys is why you do a flight control check. Which I didn't. So, can I even do a flight control check in this thing? I can. So you can see, look, we have flight control. So, hopefully, that was just a little, I don't know, glitch maybe? Hopefully. We need to get out here actually before we start causing a problem. Wow. I just don't know. Like, I've never had that. Right, we're on the runway so we can... Oh, I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. Like, just what? We've been cleared for takeoff so we can get out of here. Right, okay, once again. 40% thrust. And off we go. Right, please, plane, don't kill me. And if you do, I have no idea what I'm going to do tonight on my stream. If this plane decides to kill me, we are going to have to call this stream an end, but... Oh, it's happening again, it's happening again. What's going on? I'm not joking. What's happening? Why is this happening? I just don't get it. Like, the plane isn't even pitching up. It's just going mad. For some reason, and it just goes into a stall. It's happened again. Oh my word! And then the plane just brakes. Why though? That's what I want to know. I've flown this plane loads before and it's never done this. It says fly by wire, no control, but like, everything's fine. And the plane's stalling again. What's... I just don't know. Yeah. Right, I'm going to try one more thing, guys. I'm going to reload the plane completely, reload it. I'm going to give it a chance. Because I'm hoping it's just maybe loaded in faulty. I'm just really hoping that. If we have another problem like we just had, I'm going to have to leave it and cancel the stream. So, I am as confused as you guys as to what's going on here. I've never ever had something like this before, so I am properly confused. So again, we're going to try what we did last time. So we've started afresh now, we've got a new aircraft. And we're going to start it, control it, and here you go, look, now we've got a little message down here saying fly-by-wire direct law. So, fingers crossed. I don't know what I did, because I didn't press any buttons to disable the systems of the plane, like that. I didn't do anything, so I'm going to have to sort of, I'm a bit confused as to what happened. But hopefully I can just leave that now as it is and it'll be okay. But I am a bit shocked as to what happened. I don't know why my displays aren't working. That's another odd one. They're just deciding not to work today then, are they? All the lights are on, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, all the displays of the aircraft aren't working, which is quite interesting. I don't really know what's going on. I am just shocked, really. We'll try starting the APU. But we're not getting anything from the plane. So yeah, I don't know what we do. Okay, it works now. I've pressed it. That's interesting. Okay, it just works. We just have to press it once. That's I don't understand anymore. Well, now I've got that little fly-by-wire message. Once again, we'll do a quick flight control check, make sure, that wasn't the problem last time anyway. But yeah, this, guys, is the last attempt. I'm not doing it again. If we have another problem, it's going to have to be game over, sadly. So, keep everything crossed, guys, that this works. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, I don't know, whatever. Just really hope that this works. So, right, we're ready to go. We've got no error messages down there like we did before. So let's try again. Right, one final time. 40%. What is the plane doing now? 40%. And why is the plane steering to the left slightly? I have no idea. And 95% thrust. Please, plane, I urge you, work. Because if you don't, that's the end of this stream. And I don't want that to happen. Yes, it works. Okay, guys, that was probably the weirdest thing I've ever encountered in a flight sim before. I've actually wasted quite a bit of fuel, which is a shame. Hopefully we'll have enough later on. Right, VNAV is set, but it's not working. That's kind of an odd. Why is VNAV not working? Again, I'm slightly worried here. VNAV's not working now. It's working now though. Okay, finally. I think we're okay. I think we're all right. It says 5,000. We're going to set this straight up, obviously. I always set it straight up to our cruising altitude because they just do it. They just give us our next instruction quite quickly. I don't know what happened there. Right, you guys. So what's happening basically? If we ever see that message, we have not got a lot of fuel now, though, sadly. We've really not got a lot. That has taken a lot of fuel out of us, which is a bit of a pain. I've just never had anything like that in this game before, ever. I've never had anything like that, where it just breaks on us, practically. Not normal at all. It's really not normal. Taxi lights can come off now. We'll keep the rest of the lights on for now. But yeah, I hope that's a bit, it's a bit of an annoying start to our stream. Hopefully we can just forget it happened. And as I said, I have no idea why it happened even. I've flown this plane, as I said, many times before. From Liverpool, in fact, all the time, and I've never had such a problem. So, well, to be honest, I've never even encountered this issue in flight sim ever, where the plane is pitching up for no apparent reason. Even the game wasn't registering a pitch up. So, I don't know why there's so many clouds. I've got clouds on quite low, so it's kind of an odd one. But hopefully, I mean, watching the replay back is going to be hilarious. If you watch a channel called Flights in Best, they do like Flights in Best clips on Twitch, like from Twitch, and might be from YouTube. If you, I mean, seriously, that's the sort of thing that occurs on there. So it's just a joke. I really just, I'm sitting there laughing like, what? I've never had it, but well, there we go. From now on, when I fly this plane, I'm gonna look down there, because that message is always there. But by the time we start taxiing, it just goes. So hopefully we can sort of get past the issue. Can turn off seatbelts now, actually, and hopefully it doesn't remain to be a problem. But for now, we can fly the flight. Obviously, it's registered that I practically didn't do any taxiing at all, and all that time waiting at the runway was pointless as well. My biggest worry is that massive lack of fuel that we have. We started with 5,100 kilos. We now have 3,400. So I'm going to check what amount of fuel we were supposed to land with. We were meant to land with 2,600 kilograms, and we lost about 1,400. So we should still be good to land with about just under 1,000 kilos left. It's a bit of a problem, obviously. It's not ideal. Hopefully we'll get the chance. I'll get the chance to. Well, I can't fuel it up. That's the problem. I can't add extra fuel because I'm fairly sure you get a penalty for it on the flight tracker. I'm not sure. You might not. In which case I will. Actually, let's have a check on my virtual airline. So I'm going to Documents and then Point Manual, and this will tell me whether stuff will be. Here you go. Look. So mid-air refueling, it will be rejected. So we cannot do mid-air refueling. It's not possible. It's not allowed. So whatever we do, we can't fuel up with extra fuel. So if we have to call a fuel emergency and divert, I have to divert. I should have added extra fuel thinking about it before we took off, but that thought never crossed my mind. Hopefully we won't get to that stage and we can land okay. Obviously a bit of a pain. It's one of those weird ones that I've never actually had. Actually, I'm on heading mode still, not localizer mode. Didn't cross my mind. That didn't. So we are slightly off course now. Luckily I noticed it when we weren't turning, because I checked the GPS. But yeah, hopefully we've fixed that issue that we had now, and this thing can just, you know, not use up all its fuel, which will be nice, but you never know what's going to happen. So I've just got to hope, basically. That's the plan. I mean, this thing's pretty good at managing its speeds and that sort of thing to get efficient climbing. That's what this VNav's about. So hopefully, using a combination of all these things, we can help do a bit better on the fuel. Who knows? We run out of fuel on final approach. We run out of fuel on final approach. Obviously, I'd rather not, but I don't really know what we would do in that situation. So, and this thing has started to slow down our climb speed now. Now we're approaching 20,000 feet. Look. So I've just got to hope now that it doesn't totally go wrong on that. But yeah, sadly that's just how the flight down this game is. I don't really understand. I think you guys could comment what on earth happened if you have any clue. I don't have any clue because the plane was set up okay. Yeah, I didn't have a warning down there, but I mean, you saw I loaded it in the second time, and it worked. So it's not like I did something wrong. It just loaded in like that. So hang on a minute, just load in, and I'm just gonna check now. I mean, this sounds like a pretty stupid theory. And it probably is, but just turning on the panel lights doesn't do anything. I was going to say, I mean, that's the only thing I did differently, but it does seem like a bit of a stupid theory. and obviously it doesn't do anything, so it isn't true, which, you know, it is a pretty stupid theory. So, just a bit of an odd one, I think, maybe. It's the case here. It's one of those things. It's FSX being FSX, basically. It's just a general strange thing. I mean, stranger things have happened, I guess, but it's not normal. Not normal. Luckily, we were able to reload and just continue as normal, but yeah. And streams this week, I know a bit of a random topic to switch to. Friday, we're going to do some VFR flying. I think this thing's just switched into Mark mode. And then why is there no contrail yet? That's kind of odd. And then on Saturday morning, we're going to go back onto VATSIM. I haven't been on VATSIM for ages, so it's going to be a little bit different for you guys. Going back onto VATSIM and flying from Bergen to Warsaw in a 737-700. And if we have the bug, again, I contacted PNDG. They responded back very quickly, very nice of them. And they said, basically, it's the camera's inside the headrest. I haven't figured out a way to move it forward. But I figured out how you can move it like that, like this. So hopefully that'll be good. Or maybe try a different camera view. So maybe go into first officer view instead. Might be a solution. So time destination right now is 8 o'clock in Amsterdam, yeah? Yeah. Obviously this thing is now slowed down in sort of its pace. What we want is for this fuel kilograms per hour to be under the amount of fuel we currently have, because that means we have enough fuel to last an hour, and this flight is shorter than an hour. So as long as we can manage to get that number under it at cruise, obviously it's climbing at the moment, so our fuel consumption is a little bit off. But if that number can go under the amount of fuel we have left, that means we have at least an hour of fuel left. And when we descend, obviously we use even less fuel. So that means we will have enough to get to the end of our flight. And obviously we're already 10 minutes in as well, so you've got to take that into account, that and all the other stuff. So actually, if you guys want it, I'll try and get it up for you guys. It's the thing that says, basically tells us what on earth is going on here. Right. So I'm gonna have to sort of do it mid. I thought I had to crop on here. That's it. So we can have that. Oh, it needs to go above the overlays as well. So it's only little, but it's enough, isn't it? I'm just trying to tweak it currently, so that's why I'm being a bit quieter. I'd like to try and fit it inside the overlay if possible, but it's not really letting me. I'll try and crop out just a teeny bit more. it might fit. Right, I think that's as good as I'm going to get it, unfortunately. Because of where OBS lets me put things. I've been told to contact London Centre and I wasn't listening. So you can see this number is now below, which is what we want. That means we're okay. Right, this will actually turn off things like the wing lights now. And the nav lights. I'll keep the strobes on. I think that's as good as we're going to get. I can try cropping out the top. There, that fits, I think, doesn't there?
5156.
Oh, it's not appearing properly. There you go. That's how I can view it. I can view it from here. Looks pretty good, I think. So that displays our flight time and time until arrival. So it's just something for you guys to look at, I guess. And this thing will start happening when it starts changing that, but can't really be bothered to change it actually now. So that is. I don't know if we can keep that up there. I'll have to put smart cars in the same place because, as you can see, if I start moving around smart cars, it moves that, but cause that's how you have to do it. You have to do it as a desktop capture, sadly. But there we go. We've got that up and running, and this just changed to 20, so I'm going to have to keep it 20 and just deal with it. And this is one downside to basic plane flying. The planes are a little bit more. Well, they're free, basically. These planes are free, I forgot to mention that. You can get off a number of websites. They are based on generally they're quite common for the 737 and the A320 family because they're based on the default aircraft that come with FSX. Also, I only just remembered I put in the description that we're flying an A319. And we're not, we're flying an A320. I really should have, I don't know, I wrote it in the title and obviously totally forgot to fly it, so that's a bit of an oopsie. Oh well. But now you guys, obviously the time until arrival is a little bit, it's based on direct routing and the speed we're currently at, so it's not totally accurate. But you can see our total flight time as well, so it's kind of nice. You're able to see all that as well. So obviously right now we have got about an hour's worth of fuel from now. So we should have enough fuel to last us. Because it's 175 miles to Amsterdam. We'll start to descent at about 110 miles from the destination-ish. It does feel like I've been flying a lot longer than we actually have been. Even though we've only been in the air 20 minutes, we've been live for 50 minutes because of all the mishaps we had trying to take off to attempt, and the queue to take off as well on top of that. Hopefully we can get a bit of a shorter queue down at Amsterdam. That'll definitely help. And, you know, meanwhile, just to do a little bit of good practice to try and get the heading matched up with our current heading, in case we get some heading vectors later on, which we will when we land, unless I decide to get some unless I decide to go with a other transition sort of thing. So how long we got to go now? I also don't know totally. I can try. It might be on this screen. If we wait long enough. That's the map of where we are now. It's not a very good map, but it's where we are now. This is the 2D cockpit, by the way, in case you're wondering. Estimated arrival time, it's not working, obviously, that's green. Totally, it just tells us what time it is currently in Amsterdam, and it tells us our distance to our destination, so it's not overly helpful, sadly. Oh well, that's what I have to deal with, I guess. There's a plane going into Norwich there. British Midland it is. They've gone bust now, BMI Regional, RIP. And BMI Baby is fact. I've got BMI Baby installed. They went RIP a couple of years ago. Sadly, yeah, BMI obviously aren't able to survive. Both their airlines going bust there. Oh dear.
1933, turn left, heading 120, resume on navigation. Turn left, heading 120, proceed on course.
So we're only 150 miles off, so we should be descending in the next couple of, well, maybe 10 minutes, which would be nice. We can get down and just get into Amsterdam, because right now is actually what I want to do. This flight has been a bit of a pain, trying to get off the ground, but we've succeeded. I'm happy now. I'm okay. I don't mind. As I said, we'll just have to check that fly-by-wire thing every time. I think we'll be okay on fuel. So I've only used 680 kilos since takeoff, and we've got. Actually, no, we've used 1,200 kilos. No, come up on 1,400 kilos. So we've got. I think it's about 1,300. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. Oh, I don't know. We've got good enough sort of fuel though. How I look now, it's so the position. I am happy with the position of the where I put that smart cars thing. Unfortunately, we'll register on the report that I taxied from the runway and took off from the runway, so obviously the block time that's given is a little bit false and all that sort of stuff. But see what you guys think about this being a regular Wednesday night sort of series, and then a Friday night and a Saturday morning series going. See if you guys think that's a good idea. I quite like the idea of it, so we'll wait and see, I guess. And we're always based out of Liverpool. That's another thing to add. So they're all the flights are gonna be out of Liverpool. I think we can turn the strobe lights off now, even. Just stick with the beacon. We're over the North Sea now. Is it still the North Sea? Like, even when we're over this area, I think it's the North Sea. I've got an atlas, not atlas, a world map on my wall, but I can't read it from here. I'm not okay enough to look at it, so we're staying like that. In about 20 miles time, I am expecting to start descending. That's Norwich. There's a flight going to Norwich down there. What altitude is that? It's either I think it's 25,000. I'm not sure which of those is speed and which of those is altitude. It might be 15,000 actually. I mean, it's not 15 knots, that's for certain. It's not 25 knots either, so I don't really know what that's telling me. And there's another plane to the left as well. It's Dash 8, that plane. So 37 nautical miles to go. We've got There's like two waypoints inside each other up here. I've only just noticed that. Dibal and Anito are like practically... Anito comes first. They're practically inside each other, the two waypoints, look. Anito and Dibble. You can see on here, where's the distance between them? 1.2 nautical miles is the distance between them. It was recommended we had £3,500. We took off with way more than that, but obviously then we used more. Now we're at cruise though, we're using about the same amount, so it evens out, I guess. Right, the next 10 miles I do expect to start descending now, so... That's an A330 or something? A330, yeah. Cool. Hopefully we can get good landing with this. Like, my landings are not great. I'm much better, it turns out, at landing these planes with a mouse yoke than I am with an actual yoke. It's kind of odd. Who knows, I guess. It's kind of an odd one. Oh, that plane there is actually going to Amsterdam, so that could become a problem. Is it a KLM or is it something? It's a Delta 234. So that's the it's descending as well. It's about 31,000 feet and descending, and we're about to descend actually. It's quite a slow descent in this game with these default planes. It's about 1,700 feet per minute, 1,600 feet per minute seems to be the peak. I'm going up, that's a bit stupid. So approximately, we'll go with 1,600 for now, and we can ramp it up later if needed. That's what I tend to do. So we're going to start descending now, and hopefully that plane ahead will sort of just become... Well, hopefully it won't be a problem to us, because it is quite close by. If it gets us on the same runway, that's where we want problems. I'm not having a go around. I'm not in the mood for it now. Because, I don't know, the AI in this game, the ATC, they can place planes a bit too close together when landing, which can cause a go-around. Sometimes they do give you a go-around, other times they don't. Hopefully they don't. Or just, we don't bother with a go-around, possibly, I don't know. Something like that would be nice, but whatever. 98 miles to go. 98 miles, come on. You can do 98 miles. So we're passing 30,000 feet now. So it's quite a slow descent, as I mentioned already, really. Because the thing is, even when you're heading directly at the airport, they get you to take quite an odd route into your ILS approach that can make the journey up to 50 miles longer than it needs to be at its peak. For this journey it's about 25 miles longer maybe. And it basically means that you're just, if you descend at the typical 2,000 feet per minute that's recommended-ish, you will end up holding pretty much at about 4,000 feet for the last couple of minutes of your approach, which you don't want, because under 10,000 there's a speed restriction that slows you down, and other things like that we don't want for obvious reasons. It's just slower, and we don't want that. So, and fuel, we're almost good enough for 2 hours of flying now, so we should be okay on fuel. as we are only 87 miles away. 84 actually. It's 87 if it's direct, according to smart cars, but it's 84 hour route. I don't have no idea how that works, but apparently it does. And that delta is sticking quite close by us. It's about 4,000 feet lower. And it's doing about 440 knots, which we're currently doing as well. We're doing about 450 knots ground. I think that's ground speed that's displaying on my screen. 43, that's 430. It's probably ground speed, I'm not sure.
Delta 234 Penny, contact Amsterdam Center.
That's it there, look, Delta 234. So that's being put onto Amsterdam Centre. We're going to get put onto Amsterdam Centre quite soon as well. I reckon we'll probably get put on after the Lufthansa. Or maybe even a bit after that, actually, I don't know. It'd be nice if we could get put on a little bit, you know, well, to Amsterdam Centre soonish, because we can sort of keep track of what that delta's doing. I'd quite like to do that. At 25,000 feet, that's when this plane goes out of Mach speed mode. And back into normal speed mode, we'll hear a little bong that sounds like the... and also, I forgot to mention that, we are next. I won't be using water brakes because they make a really odd sound that's quite annoying on this plane. I don't get it, it doesn't happen if you brake normally, and even when you switch off the auto brakes, that sound then still occurs when you brake normally. It's an odd one, and it happens forever, doesn't go away, and it's a really annoying noise. And also, you have to turn off the... You have to actually physically turn off the auto brakes. They don't disable automatically when you hit and go to manual braking unlike a normal aircraft, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. We should get our approach into Amsterdam. Last time I got it 43 miles from the airport, which is actually a little bit late for FSX. You tend to get it slightly earlier, so we'll wait and see what we get this time. I think I got a visual one. It was one that didn't have an ILS, so whatever that was is the one that I got. So 36 left it would have been probably. But maybe it was 36 centre then. No, 36 right maybe, I don't know. I got given a visual approach though. As far as I remember, I got given a visual. In that case it's a 36 centre, but I don't think it was. I don't know, maybe it wasn't on the GPS because it was a visual. In which case it was 36 left, I don't know. But they've got 3 runways, they tend to use 2 of them in this game for landing, something like that, so... Hopefully me and the Delta do just end up on separate paths, separate landing. We are about the Delta's about 7,000 feet lower than us now, because I do descend very slowly, but the reason for that you will find out later. Generally, between 1600 and 1800 is timing it perfectly. And again, if you're slightly too low, it slows you down a lot. If you're slightly too high, with these planes, you can just chuck it up to minus 2,500 feet a minute, just before you end up on ILS approach. And you'll be okay by the time you get to ILS approach with this sort of 1,600 feet per minute strategy, because, you know, you're still descending enough. It's not like you're not descending at all. It's still a fairly fast pace, just not as fast as maybe it could be, or should be. And speaking of which, there's another KLM 1470 that's also in the direction of Amsterdam. So obviously it being Amsterdam, it's a very busy airport, so you do get lots of planes there. I'm expecting my ILS approach in the next, or well, not ILS, just approach, in the next 10 miles now, because we are within 50 miles of the airfield. So I would like to get my ILS approach really. I am going to put this up to 1700 feet per minute. It's only a little click, but could make the difference because we're not descending particularly quickly, considering we're only 50 miles out. So I'd like to just quickly speed it up a little bit. We will be slowing down later, which will balance it out, but just in case. I'll put that down to 18,000 because I'll probably get a new altitude at 19,000, and if I don't, I can move it up quickly. That's the thinking behind that one, in case any of you were wondering. But I should receive some sort of altitude thing at some point. There it is, 13,000, look. That one's being told to go down to 3. See, look, the Delta one, we're 40 miles out and it's still it's quite low. Almost too low, and it's going to have to slow down and we'll go ahead of it. Because that happens with the game. We're only about 40 miles out, so I'm really expecting my approach. I got 43 miles out last time, and we are now 43 miles according to smart cars from the airfield direct. So I do really need my approach now. I don't know why I haven't been given it yet, and I think I will ramp up the descent a little bit actually. Maybe I'm going a bit over the top, but why not? So now we will just pick it up a little bit, because we could do with descending a little bit quicker, I think. I just have no idea. There you go. It just says there, select another approach. So that means it's in the queue of what they're going to give me. So there you go, look, visual runway 36 left. That's what I'd rather not have. That's the big taxi. And the Delta and that Aer Lingus have both been given 36 left. So I'd much rather not get 36 left. It looks like they've done a ton of them at once. Oh, never mind. We've been given 36 left. Yay. That means I'm going to have a big taxi and 2 other planes at exactly the same time on the same runway. Make that 4, because that KLM's also in on it. Those runways. So we're going to, we can't set that inside the GPS, because there's no approaches for it. You can see now we are turning away from the airport now, so we can land. It being a visual, I don't know, it's kind of annoying that they have given us that long taxi to deal with. I mean, last time I got put in gate Delta 3, which is all the way on the other side of the Delta terminal block. So, but I don't want to change the approach. I like to keep what they've given me. So there's Shamrock 840 ahead of us, and that looks like it'll be the first one. And then it looks like I'm going to be ahead of the Delta though. And as you can see, the Delta's at 7,000 feet, but we have the same distance to cover. It's just silly. I don't know why it's so low. Because you can see, it's still quite a fair distance to the airport. Really, it's not like right now. It means we're able to go a bit quicker than the Delta, and I want to land first, really. That's what I want to do, because it allows us to not bother getting stuck in traffic. Right, seatbelts are going on. I should get a further descent to about maybe 3,000 feet at this point now, but we haven't been given it, so we'll just stay at 13,000 for now, I guess. They did say 13,000 earlier, didn't they? They definitely said 13,000. Yeah, there you go, descent and maintain 13,000, so either it's in a queue or I'm too high or what, I don't know.
Turn right, heading 175, expect vector station wall, runway 36, left approach, Delta 234, heavy.
I think there's a bit of a queue up there with what they were saying on ATC. So we have been left here for a little bit.
Delta 2 form heavy.
Are they going to tell me to descent yet? It'd be rather nice. Because I'm just having to hold here at 13,000. Okay, I guess they want me to hold at 13,000 then. A bit of an odd one. Because I wouldn't say we were too high. I really wouldn't say that. What about that shamrock ahead? That is now down to 4,000 work. So really, I think we should be descending now. But for whatever reason, we're not. Quite an interesting one. I don't know whether the ATC just froze or what. But yeah, they're not giving me instructions to descend, so I am wondering whether they've just frozen a bit here, because they're not talking and it's a busy airspace. Yeah. Oh dear. Because I'm getting further away from the airport and I should really be turning left by now, I think. Please, game, don't mess us up. Because we're 30 miles away now, we really should be turning left and slowing down and descending, but for whatever reason we're not. Because this game doesn't. This game told me to go to 13,000, so. Well, I guess if the game wants me to go to 13,000, it wants me to go to 13,000 and that's it, but. It's kind of a bit of an odd one, isn't it? Game, please let me descend. I am a bit curious as to what's going on here. We are just permanently going far away from the airport. So what's happening right now? That's the airport round there, I think. Really, we should be following that Aer Lingus, but wait, is that the airport there? No. Actually, that's an airport. Yeah, game. Is that the Delta down there? If it is, something's gone wrong. It is the Delta. Game. If you've messed something up here, you've seriously messed something up. I'm going to try descending and see what they say. And I'll try vectoring myself. Because I have serious doubts here that I should actually be at 13,000. I think the game it should have passed me on to some sort of approach control, and for whatever reason it didn't. Yeah, well see, they're telling me, look. So this is what I'm trying now. I'll try and climb again now to 13,000, and maybe that'll reset them. Because something's clearly gone a bit off here. Although maybe vectoring myself wasn't a good idea, but the game. Okay. Slightly odd. I've just climbed to 13,000. Oh, great. What's going on here? I'm seriously worried that this game is being in pain. Right, select runway for landing. 36 center.
Amsterdam Center.
Right, I'm going to tell them I want a different runway to try and prompt them into doing something. Here you go.
Southwest, turn left, heading 055, descend and maintain south. Expect sector visual, runway 36 left, approach, sidestep, runway 36 center.
Right, there you go. I've managed to fix them. I don't know what happened there. I don't get it. I have been doing these basic flights, okay? Before I did stream, I thought, I'll make sure it's okay. I have done about 8 flights, I think, 10 flights in the 737 and the A320 to make sure this works. And yeah, for some strange reason, they are doing this. I don't know why. It's proper confused me, I will be honest. It's not normal. It's really confusing why this has happened. But there we go. I've been able to sort of get myself back on the right path, right approach. And fingers crossed now it can just fix itself. I don't know. I've never ever had such a strange thing happen to me doing this. You know, I've done it tons, this flying, as I've said already. See, that now we're being put on Rotterdam approach. Like, I think something's gone wrong. Well, we should have been handed on to Rotterdam approach, and for whatever reason we weren't. It's just unlucky today. We've just been unlucky with the streaming. I don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's from streaming or something, but it is. We've just been a bit unlucky, I think, with how it's been working. But there we go. We're now on course to land at the runway they wanted us to land on, and everything's good. So, considering we're not that far out, why are we going 090? Is that actually where the airport is? It is as well. So we have drifted quite far off course here. And this is what I was a bit sort of worried about. We have just drifted off course. And somehow this thing has exceeded 250 knots, despite the fact that it's idle. And I've put out the speed brakes. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Again, I will try descending. It's passing the speed corrected. Alright, actually, let's just go all the way, because I'm fed up. So we're now sort of making decent progress towards Amsterdam, finally. We're 25 miles out from the airport, apparently, or 21 miles, actually, according to that. I'm hoping we can avoid problems with landing, like having to go around, I mean. There, so this is now being vectored towards the runway. Ish. Look how many planes there are. This is a pain. This is silly. I don't know what's going on here.
451, turn left heading 030. Turn left heading 030, 451.
I don't even know where the airport is at the moment. Oh, there we go. That's that one sorted.
Shamrock 840, traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 5,600. Airbus A320.
I'll put in some flaps to try and get this thing to slow down.
451, traffic is 2 o'clock.
Traffic's 2 o'clock. What? Okay, and we are a little bit high as well. So that's obviously another plane. That's... Oh, okay, we've caught up with that Shamrock 840 then. So in the end, it hasn't really cost us too much time having to... I don't know what happened there with the ATC bugging out, but it happened.
Descend and maintain 2,000. Shamrock 840. Shamrock 840 has the runway in sight.
But hopefully we'll get invited to approach now. That's our runway there. You can see quite far from the rest of the field, pretty much. There's so many planes in this like tiny area. It's silly.
126.675 Turn right, hit. Turn left heading 210, climb and maintain 2,000. Expect vectors ILS, runway 36 right approach. 135.
There's a plane departing there, I think.
Approach
I'm trying to get onto Rotterdam Approach, the other one.
300, descending 2000. 451, Rotterdam approach, roger. Altimeter 29902. 451, airport is at your 10 o'clock, 11 miles. Turn left, heading 005. Report runway in sight. 1350, traffic is 7 o'clock, 2 miles at 500. Boeing 737.
Let's just idle this thing. And there's the runway. There's our runway.
Turn left, heading 180.
Right, gears going down. We're going full on now.
Turn left, heading 005. 451. 451, traffic is 10 o'clock, 1 mile at 2000. Airbus A320.
So I want to just push this now.
451, traffic is 1 o'clock, 3 miles at 3000. Boeing 737, report them in sight.
And I'm going into the autopilot now.
451, runway in sight. 451, you are 8 miles south, descend and maintain 2000. Cleared visual.
Right, that's the runway there, look. 36 left. You can see it. It's well out of the way for the two runways. That's why it's such a long taxi.
11 maintain 2000. Cleared visual. Pitfall Tower 451.
And there was another plane approaching as well, which could be a problem. I'm not going around after all what's happened here.
451. Pitfall Tower. Fly straight in. Runway 36 left. Altimeter 29902. Camera 602. Exit runway when able. Make straight in. Runway 36 left. 451.
So a plane's been told to exit runway when able.
451. Cleared to land.
Oh no, we're being told to follow another plane.
Runway
This spells doom.
cleared to land.
Please, so we can just get ahead of the other plane. Now we've been cleared to land, because I don't want to have to go around. I really don't.
All tower Delta 234.
Well, there's Delta 234, look. So we beat that to it.
Runway 36.
Where's that other plane?
Camera 60.
Right, pause the game. Where's the other plane? Where? Oh dear. It's there. Oh no, it's really close.
Turn next taxiway.
That's not good.
Heavy. Pitfall
That's
Tower.
really not good.
Runway 36 left.
Right, I'm landing anyway.
Camera 602.
Oh dear.
Ground on 121.7.
Right, gear's going down. I thought I already put the gear down actually.
Camera 602. Make straight in. Runway 36 left. Delta 234 heavy.
That Aer Lingus being there though, it's just a pain. So we have to taxi all the way along there. All the way along. Right. As I said, I'm going to totally ignore if we get told to go around. I know it seems a bit stupid. But I cannot take this AI. Yeah. I don't know. I actually saw two AIs land right next to each other on this runway before, so the fact that I've seen that, I'm just hoping that that will happen with me and the other plane.
1,000.
I don't know, maybe because it's a visual approach, the game doesn't pay much attention to it, I don't know. It's pretty odd, I saw that like plane, but it doesn't, I honestly don't see it anyway. Like, where is it? Seriously. Has it disappeared? Like, was it late or something? Was it running late and then it just disappeared? Because it just isn't there. Like, I haven't heard it in, unless it was Shamrock 602. Because it was an Aer Lingus, and in which case it's already landed. But I don't think it was that, in that sort of position. Or maybe it has, look. I think it's the one that's just vacated. I think we're okay.
500.
The tower is spaced in okay. There's nothing on the runway. We're clear to go. So that's... we are going to face a long taxi still.
400. 300. 200.
Right. I don't see anything on the runway, so we're good.
100. 50. 30. 30. 20.
What the?
10. Retard.
There's a plane? And we weren't told to go around. Ah! What on earth? Where did that plane come from? I'm not joking. Where did that plane come from? What? What? Where did that plane come from? I'm seriously questioning what on earth is going on right now. Okay. I didn't even see that plane. This has probably been the most chaotic... one of the most chaotic flights I think I've ever done. I'll be honest. And here's the unmistakable lag of Schiphol Airport. We actually vacated one... oh, the lag. Oh, it's bad. Apologies, guys, for the lag that we are getting. I did expect something a bit like this. It is Schiphol Airport, after all. It's bad. It's really bad lag. Right, that can come off. That can go on. Bravo 76. Oh, look at that. Look how long that is. And we haven't even turned on GSX yet, rip. Okay, Bravo 76. That's this one here. It's a GA one. Okay. Interesting. Large, though. I think we use Service Air, I believe. Well, I'm using Swiss Air. Service Air, I mean. Wow. So what's up with those arrows? Why are they in the wrong place? It's a nuts airport, this. Absolutely nuts. Echo 3, that one's going. We have got a pretty massive... oh, minus 177 the touchdown, so very good landing. Hello guys, and welcome to Schiphol. 53 minutes flight time today. That's about it for an announcement, I think. Right, let's turn off smart cars ETA thing. 53 minutes flight time in the end, so it's about what I expected, and we've landed with enough fuel as well. We didn't have fuel problems despite what happened, and even though I'm almost idle, we're gaining speed on the ground. Don't ask. I don't know. This is the problem, it's such a long taxi at this airport, it's just so long. And it's laggy as well, thanks to this. Because there's so many planes, it just lags the game out completely. And we're going to get stuck behind this KLM up here as well, because it will be going the same route as us. This game, it does proper lag out when you get to Schiphol Airport. And it's a bit annoying, really. Don't really have any real explanation for it. Only that it happens.
KLM 1662, hold position, caution other traffic.
I pretty much idle the plane and it's still gaining speed. I don't get that. The plane's idle. How is it still gaining speed? So look, great FPS there, and then I go into this view and it's just like lag. Pure lag. That's all we're getting. Oh dear. Lots of planes up here, so could have some problems with traffic, but hopefully we can get to our gate as soon as possible, because it is such a long taxi over here in this airport. It's just too long.
Schiphol ground, KLM 1777 with back, ready to taxi IFR.
It is a pretty nuts airport, this. I will be honest with that one. It is too nuts, even. You could describe it. Definitely. Trying anything to just reduce lag at this point. See, like, why are we gaining some speed on the ground? Like, despite the fact that the plane's idle. Are we going downhill or something? Although, as far as I'm aware, like, things like that don't happen in FSX. It's either a mountain or flat. At least with runways, they can't elevate. so it's kind of odd. So we are going to have to follow this KLM now. So there's some gates over there. Last time I had to go all the way along there, and then I parked back there in on the D block. We're going to the B block today. Let's cross the runway here, so hopefully we don't get held up trying to cross it. That'll be nice. At the moment, it seems like we're free to cross the runway. That's nice. So already, we've only just reached 34 Centre. We've not even reached the taxiway yet. It's a pretty nuts airport, as I've explained. It's proper massive. So that one's going to like the G gates. It is a lot. We're in B76. Is the gate we've been given.
KLM 1421, hold position. Caution the Boeing 737 on final. 1638, hold position. Caution the Boeing 737 on final. Position 1638. Import ground 1322. Request section 1322.
So we have to turn right here, and there's actually an Aer Lingus up ahead as well. Just to make matters even more annoying, I guess. And somehow we're still gaining speed like crazy, even though the plane's completely idle. I just don't get it, like how? Look, we're gaining speed and we're idle. It says there, look, idle 0.0. And yet we're not gaining, I don't know, actually, look, it's stopped lagging now. It's in that direction that it lags. Understandable, obviously. And we're gaining speed, like, I don't know how. I'm idle, but we're gaining speed, like, what kind of physics is that? It's like it's bugged. Probably is. You see what I mean now, guys, by this being a really long taxi? Because it just is. It's stupidly long. And the AI slow down whenever they turn by quite a bit. Oh, nice, we're breaking apart from the KLM now. I don't know where that KLM's going. I don't think it will be in my ATC feed, because it landed before me. But we get to go over here now. I don't know where we're going exactly. Wherever it is, it's over here. It's probably going to the D gates, though. Obviously, we're going over to the B gates, other side of the airport by the looks of it. Maybe it's one of these. That'd be nice. I doubt it, though. These seem to be like the heavy parking for all the big planes. The big, massive planes. And all the gates are full. So you can see, look, we're gaining massive amounts of speed while taxiing. And we're completely idle. It's so odd. I don't know why that's happening. So we landed, 10 minutes ago now we landed. Still taxiing. It's just nuts.
KLM 1790, continue taxi.
And I have to keep slowing down as well because this thing keeps gaining over speed for whatever reason. So it's all the way down this one. I think we're parking round here. It is quite quiet actually around here. So we've got maybe one of the better gates in the less busy areas of the airport. Because generally I think you give out E gates or D gates to most arriving aircraft, but we've got a B gate. It's obviously a bit rarer. It's a GA So we're turning now onto Alpha 26. So I can sort of have a look at how far through that Alpha 26 Alpha, it's somewhere around there. So we are quite close to the end of our taxiing. So I'm expecting to see some ground crew somewhere around here. Maybe it's over there, those gates. Nope, we're turning left here, so it's not those gates. They're interesting, those gates. That looks like maybe cargo. I think, because we've got a DHL. And that's it, there's literally one plane. That's quite funny. Just one little plane. Oh, there you go, yeah, there's another DHL. So that's definitely the cargo wing of the airport. Oh, here you go, that's our gate there. So we've got a remote stand. And it's where all the budget airlines are. Look, there's a Ryanair there. And I think that was a Ryanair. Actually, no, do Ryanair even fly to Amsterdam? I think they do. They must do. We've got planes parked over there at the hangars. They're just parking everywhere, wherever's free. Pretty much. That's how busy this airport gets. They just go wherever. Wherever's free. But this is our gate here. We're here. Bravo 76 is our gate. And there are the stairs waiting to greet me. And it is like a GA ramp. There's lots of GA and little planes. Basically, there's a key for the runway off. I don't know what's happened there. There's clearly some... Oh, never mind. I thought those two were facing off each other there. They're not. So it's okay. There's no glitch. And we're still gaining speed while taxiing, despite the fact that we're idle. I'm never going to understand how that's possible. It doesn't normally happen. We've had a ton of bugs flying this plane today. That's what has occurred to me. A ton. I mean, like, even taking off was a challenge in this thing. These are small gates, actually. So we're taxiing in here. And then it's a left. And they are pretty small gates. Why have they arranged such small gates for us? I mean, this is like a stack of gates. But they are for GA, look. Because there's some GAs parked at them there. Those three. Don't know why we've been assigned a GA gate, but we have. I guess it's just what they had free, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? So we'll slow down and turn right onto the gate, onto the stand. At last. It's one thing I dislike about Schiphol Airport, that is the massive taxi time it takes to practically get anywhere in the airport. I need to get online with the stand. We're pretty on now. Right, I need to actually get aligned with what Mr. GSX wants, if that's what his name is. Probably isn't.
Air France 1241, hold position, caution the Embraer dodge final. 1638, hold position, caution the Embraer dodge final.
And there goes the engines. Right, hello and welcome everyone. At last to Amsterdam. I honestly don't care how I parked Mr. GSX. And I've got a Jet 2, Air France and 2 KLMs, got the GAs parked around here. At last! Hello and welcome guys to Amsterdam. It's actually been quite a long stream, around 40 minutes, whoa! I'm going to end it right away actually. I'm not even going to bother with service. Whoa, I'm not even bothered with GSX servicing or anything. Alright, there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm tired after that. I did not expect it to be such a long flight. Such a long sort of thing. I really didn't expect it. Obviously, we had some problems on takeoff. They've marked it as awaiting review for whatever reason. I don't know why. New livery or airframe, that's why, even though I've already flown this one before. I've definitely flown it before, in fact. That's kind of odd. What did I fly last time, then? Or was it an A319, actually? I don't know. But there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We actually had a good landing in the end. Got 23 points extra for the landing, so pretty decent. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I am tired. And we've had some problems with taking off. Hopefully next time, and the ATC. Hopefully next time we won't have that problem next time. But there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next stream, which is on Friday, doing some VFR flying. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.